To the government of Jamaica, we need some answers expeditiously. We need some answers right now regarding this airplane that landed in Jamaica with over 200 passengers. And all of you claim that you all have no idea that this plane entered Jamaica airspace, that you all have no idea what passengers was on this plane because there was no manifest. This looks like it's a cover-up. It seems like somebody been paid, and we need some answers right now. As a citizen of Jamaica, I'm upset.
Visit subscribers. Prime Minister and Holness stated that you don't have any clue, no idea how these people end up in our country, my people. So the big question I want to ask Prime Minister and Holness, how these people end up in a 4-star hotel for 4 days, my people?
Bomba blood clot.
Something alright. Something alright there.
Visit subscribers. 253 people stayed in a 4-star hotel, and some deity liberate never smelled nor seen a 1-star hotel, my people. Visit subscribers. What's so special about these people, viewers subscribers? These people in our country unauthorized for 4 days walking up and down downtown, uptown, all about my people. So since when Jamaica become party shop, people just came in our country, show them comes in the bin and just walk away freely, my people.
Scores of Indian visitors enjoying the sights and sounds of downtown Kingston on a Sunday afternoon. The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and blue Airbus A340, is registered in Germany. It has also since been impounded and remains on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport.
The People's National Party demands immediate clarity from the government regarding the chartered flight that recently landed in Jamaica in breach of applicable immigration and customs protocols. We are calling on the government to disclose the origin, destination, and apparent purpose of the flight, the identity of the individuals or organizations responsible for chartering the flight, why the flight was allowed to land in Jamaica without proper clearance, why the passengers were allowed to disembark and permitted to enter the island, why standard immigration and customs procedures were not followed in the matter. We also want to know the whereabouts of the 218 persons allegedly on board and what is to be done about their continued presence in Jamaica, as well as what measures are being taken by the JCF to ensure the safety and security of the passengers and the Jamaican public. Jamaicans will recall that during the COVID-19 pandemic, many Jamaicans were denied entry into Jamaica. Jamaicans will recall that during the COVID-19 pandemic, many Jamaicans were denied entry into the country, forced to wait in limbo on cruise ships, and generally subject to strict protocols. And more recently, the Haitians have been repeatedly refused entry into Jamaica and summarily returned to a war-torn Haiti. The difference in treatment of the passengers on this flight is stark and demanding.
As a person who acts as a voice of the average Jamaican citizens who wouldn't have otherwise had their concerns heard or addressed, I want some clarification surrounding that mysterious chartered flight that landed in Jamaica last Friday. The authorities of Jamaica, please explain to us, how did a flight containing 218 unidentified passengers, not including crew members, landed in Jamaica without a passenger manifest, without any prior authorization, without any plans of landing in Jamaica? Not only that, say for instance they wanted fuel so they had to land. Okay, we give you a pass on that. How did these 218 people get to the plane, that aircraft? How did they get through customs and immigration? We don't know who they are, unidentified. Not only that, how did they make it to the streets of Jamaica and into a 4-star hotel in Jamaica? Are you telling me that the rules that governs our immigration system and border protection system only applies to the Haitians? Who are the ones behind these operations? Why is it that this morning the air traffic people at the airports are still there? The airport director is still there. The police officers are still there. The customs officers are still there. The ground handling crews are still there. Why is it that it is business as usual? In an already troubled nation like Jamaica, we now have 218 unidentified individuals, unmonitored individuals who are supposed to be detained by our immigration system, roaming the streets. We don't know who they are. We can't identify them. We don't know their mission. And we must feel safe as a people. Explain to me, why is it when them little sailboats land or dock over there in Portland with a few Haitians aboard, our brothers, our sisters, we treat them like garbage, send them back on their way? But why is it okay for us to admit 218 people that we cannot even identify? Show us the passenger manifest. Show us the immigration and custom declaration forms. Show us the landing, legal landing of all these 218 passengers. And then we will admit that you did a good job. And then we will accept you as good leaders. As of now, our system is considered flawed. Flawed. Nowhere in this world you hear that people enter a nation legally, illegally. Nowhere in this world. You go to America to seek asylum, you gotta go through ICE. That's the procedure. So why is it that illegally landing people into Jamaica can go roam the street and sleep in 5-star hotels and eat whatever meal they want and hang out with whoever they want to hang out with and buy what they want to buy? And the general population of Jamaica must feel safe amidst all of this? You leaders need to come out and address the public. At least create a little clarity around this. We are lost. We have never seen anything like this in history.
So a plane that was not destined for Jamaica was allowed to land in Jamaica. The plane had 218 passengers, and among those 218 passengers were some Indians. The news not state how much Indians among the 218. However, there were some Indians taken care. Right? Them said the plane traveled through Dubai and stopped in a Cairo in a Egypt where pick up an Uzbekistan man where them now detained. Quote me, I quote the news. Them say after deliberation, the passengers were allowed to disembark and was taken to a 4-star hotel, the Rock Hotel, downtown. See? The news went on to say that the people were booked for the hotel, but they didn't pay. Now, I have about 10 million questions to ask in this regard. One, if the plane was not scheduled to land, to come to Jamaica, the plane did not report any emergencies, any technicalities, anything, why did we allow the plane to land? Question number one. I can't answer question number, so I'm just ask. Question number two. If the persons on the plane were not destined for Jamaica, then how could they have booked rooms at the Rock Hotel? That the news say, they were booked at the Rock Hotel. That's why they were taken there. It says when they tried to find out why they were taken to a 4-star hotel, the response was that there were no detention center at the Norman Manley Airport, which is a fact. And that it was too much person, they didn't have space for them at the remand center. Right? So if them never did for come here, how them book room at the Rock? Next question. Is the remand center the only place that they could go? If a remand center can hold all of them, why we not put we can hold at the remand center and find some ways to put the rest of them? You know what I mean? When the Asians them come here, where the Asians them go? We never see them put no Asian on no hotel out here. And I know they have several Asian camp out the place, Montpellier and all of them places. Why we never split them up and take them to various places? Me not understand it. Something not right. You never scheduled to come to Jamaica, but you book hotel at Jamaica. What if you don't understand what I say? What the news say me I report. See? The plane is a German-owned plane, the crew are German. And they said the plane never scheduled to take back the people them to them destination. So it's a one-way trip, one time, one hour move, drop off and move. See? Everything wrong about that something there. Everything wrong about that something there, starting from why they allowed the plane to land in at the first place. Why they couldn't make it divert and go somewhere else? Since as it never did for come here. Me nah get it. It match not mathematics in a box cover. Nah add up. Just not adding up. And then the news said the people them were taken to the hotel and the police guard. But the very same news show the people them all over the place. And the same news report even say from their sources, some of the people them actually left the hotel already. So when we ready for them people, then where we going to find them?
You think this plane could have entered the US airspace without the US know where this plane coming from? Without the US know what passengers on this? This would have been taken down, blown down long time. Yo, this look like somebody been paid. So for this government of Jamaica, please, I'm asking you, can you address the citizen of Jamaica regarding this plane? Because we're bringing in criminals from other country to Jamaica. We have our family there, we have our kids there, we have everybody here. So why are we bringing in other people's problem into our country? Can you please provide us with some answers? Because this look like it's a job that went wrong. It looked like this was going to be a paid off job and somehow something went wrong in the process. So please help us.
Beautiful people, I don't know if you realized that, I don't know if it's one or two planes. They were showing, I saw two planes, but I don't know if it's one or two they came out of. Some non-immigrants from, I think they said India or wherever, some Indians, and they were let out. Like when you open up a zoo, you know, or some animals breaking out of a zoo, they were let out, you know, into the populace. We don't have any clue of who these people are. They could be terrorists, they could be angels, they could be demons, they could be, I mean, I'm just calling all sorts of names for you to understand, right? And you saw some of them sitting somewhere at the, I don't know if it's a waterfront, in the downtown Kingston area. And, you know, the message was promulgated that they don't have anywhere at the remand centers to put them because there are too many of them. So they had to be placed in 4-star hotels. I'm laughing, but it's not a good laugh because I'm here thinking of our Jamaican people, our locals, as you would call us, the islanders, who can't even afford to go to 3-star hotels, more so 4-star hotels. That very nice one downtown, you know, and they were placed there. And then the narrative was placed that the Germans are upset because their intention was to, for these people, whoever they are, we don't have no clue because they don't look like Germans to me. They look like Indians. So I don't know what correlation between the Germans and the Indians. And, you know, they were just to pass through and then go to wherever their destination is. Let me tell you something. You see, all of these different things that are happening in our country behind the people's backs. And then suddenly we see people, we hear that the remand centers or wherever it is that to house them, it's not sufficient. So they were staying at 4-star hotels. And then, are they still here? We don't even know if there's, who are they? Who are these Indians that we see? Because, you know, the reality is you could not have a surge of non-immigrants going to some of these countries that we're mentioning without they've been properly vetted by the locals in the country in which we are going. We can't just scope and chop in a country like that. Have you noticed us Jamaicans when we're going abroad? It doesn't matter which country, especially you go through the amount of buzzer things, I call it. You scan, you go and come, you wonder if you're doing an MRI or a CT scan or an X-ray, you know, in terms of your luggage, in terms of you do go through one, you go through another question, they ask you this, that, and the third. They ask you what's your blood type, what color are your eyes, who is your mother, father, doctor, dog, and rat, and cat, and the cockroach that crawls up in your home. You don't just go and land in people's countries like that. and just let out. And then they say, oh, we don't have remand centers to house you, so we're going to put you in 4-star hotels. What they have, the highest one is what, 5-star. 4-star hotels are good. 3 stars, not so bad. 4, yeah, it's a nice place for people who just basically meandering around our Jamaican shores. Come on, my beautiful Jamaicans, we need to be very vigilant because this is very unusual. I don't buy into almost like it's just an accident, it's something inadvertent. I don't buy into it. I'm waiting to see what is going to come of these people being here. I would like to know if they're still here. I mean, Jamaica is just the gateway. It's almost like when you have, maybe this is a poor analogy to use or very extreme, like when they talk about the gateway to hell. I mean, it's like a gateway for all and sundry to come into the place without the knowledge of the people, without people understanding, and a narrative is being thrown. That ridiculous narrative sounds stupid. It sounds like when you see the students at high school level reading at the basic school level, ridiculous. What is really going on in this country? What do you mean the people are just coming and the Germans are upset? I see Indians and I hear Germans upset that it was supposed to be a pass-through thing. My beautiful Jamaicans, be vigilant, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Watch the signs of the time, see what is going. I don't know what meaning is behind this, but it's a ridiculous narrative that is being placed. You see a surge of Indians come in, you're told that there are not enough remand centers or wherever it is that would house these. It sounds like illegal immigrants. That's how it comes across, And the Germans are upset and what not, because they were hoping for them to just pass through. Pass through for what reason? What would be, you're coming all the way from Cairo, from Egypt, all the way here to land in Jamaica? In Jamaica? What dealings, backdoor dealings are going on? Because it can't be front door, because they were suddenly thrusted upon us. So what kind of a backdoor dealing is going on? What's going on? Why are they passing here? I was going to use the analogy of the 6:33 in the morning, but I don't want to throw any shade because the situation is already ugly. What kind of a dealings is going on? I hope people investigate. I hope people check out to see what is going on, because this is crazy. This is madness. We as Jamaican people could not in the least, with our eyes shut or open or semi-shut, go into another man's country like that. And the people are just told any and any old willy-nilly thing. Anything here if you are here, scare am. And then when you look, so the only place let me ask you, so you said the remand centers were filled to capacity. All right, we expect you to be disrespectful and degrading and put them at back road. Fine. We couldn't expect that. Still maybe better than a remand center in a sense. Prison back road, but at the same time, 4-star hotel downtown, 4-star hotel, 4-star next to 5-star, that nice place there downtown, and the local people can't even afford to go to a 3-star hotel by and large. They have to save go save, come invest, borrow, all kinds of things to get money to stay a few days on the North Coast or at a certain type and class hotel. And we just see these Indians, these non-immigrants. I don't know if they're illegal. I don't know. I have no clue. And what business, and why would the Germans be upset? Why that narrative was pushed to us? Jamaican people, wise up. Wise up. Watch. Pray. Be vigilant. I don't know what is brewing. I don't know what is stirring. But that is a very, very odd thing. And I don't know, I guess it was promulgated because people probably suddenly just saw these Indians like that, and it doesn't seem to be tourists. It doesn't seem to be tourists. I mean, any and every old thing, new thing, in between thing just happens in this country. The people don't matter. The people of Jamaica don't matter. We just born here and I exist. And we have to take anything that happens. There is no it's lawless. There are no boundaries. Anything that happened, but it could not have just come like that. There has to be more to this story. And you stay at 4-star. Listening, what I'm saying, beautiful people, I'm not expecting back road, but at the same time, I'm not expecting 4 or 5-star hotel for people who should have just passed through. And they're saying the Germans are upset over some Indians being here. And they're coming all the way from our Egypt. Cairo and passing through, or wherever they come in, they pass through Dubai, pass through Cairo, pass through all place, and land on this little old simple island called Jamaica. So they pass 1 million country, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million countries in the world, infinity rather, countries in the world to come to Jamaica, in which they should not have stayed the time that they stayed. I don't know if they're still here, and they were somehow, because there's too many of them, they could not have been placed at remand centers. Nobody's saying that they would have to necessarily go to remand centers, but yet the hotel was able to house, the 4-star hotel was able to house them. The passerbys who should not have really stopped over, so to speak, really. Come on, Jamaicans. If our comprehension skills and critical thinking skills were as strong as how our mouth is when we're cursing people off, a lot of the foolishness that you see happening in our country would not have happened. Oh, what a web we weave when we try to deceive. And then we place a narrative. The Germans are upset. Oh, the remand centers are filled and they stay at 5-star hotels. And the little locals, little old us, can barely stay at a 3-star hotel.